Much better.
What? Oh,
There we go.
fuck the both of you.
Listen, man. Listen, we went and we all actually met. So you can't say that anymore.
Why
You have
didn't
to
we?
be like, hey, my best friends club.
Damn right.
No, honestly, it was
we had a
dude.
podcast date.
Yeah, and honestly, it was really fun. Like it was really good, and I think we need to talk about now that we've done book talk.
Mike doesn't
Cast.
have the book. What's the word I'm trying to think of? The perspective.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's okay. Like, what did you think of the movie?
I actually really liked it.
Well, whoa, hang on. We didn't even say. We went to see Project Hail Mary on Saturday as a group. Boys' night.
Yeah. Boys' night.
Oh,
And what's the consensus? We all liked the movie?
I did. I
Yes.
really liked it.
I did.
I like it well, here, actually, I want to hear Mike's perspective.
I was going to say,
honestly,
I want to hear Mike too, since he hasn't read the book yet. Mike, what did you think of the movie?
I thought it was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it to be based off the trailers. I wasn't expecting it to be funny.
Okay. It was very buddy comedy.
Pretty much. It was like I could definitely see how Ryan Gosling portrayed the main character. Basically made it like an everyday type of guy. He's like, fuck no, I'm not doing that shit. So I think it was pretty much relatable versus like the type of movies we're used to watching, where either the main character gets thrusted into shit, and yeah, shut up. I see that face.
No. I'm laughing. No. I'm laughing at Sean because he's just bouncing back and forth.
I've had like 50 Diet Cokes, and now I'm like wired as hell.
Oh god damn.
Running some marathons later.
I think I'll have to do a couple of X-fills because I need it. But no, like you see those type of movies, and it's supposed to be like somber and sad and shit like that. Whereas this one's like an everyday guy gets thrown into this shit, and like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this. So I can see us. I can basically see myself in it, type of thing.
I find it interesting that he felt that he was an everyman. That like goes along with what we were talking about, how they kind of like dumbed down is like the meanest way to say it, but they kind of dumbed down Grace compared to the book.
Right.
Because within the book, like the first few things that he goes through is like what we see in the movie, basically. But he's also like literally remembering who he is and like what he's doing there based on context clues, things that he remembers just out of the blue, which is a lot of like mathematical formulas and science things. He's like, I know what that is. How the hell do I know what that is?
Right. And one thing that they don't really go into in the movie is that there is a point where, like, spoiler for people, and it's not super spoiler, and we can do spoilers if you want.
They showed the biggest spoiler in the trailers for the movie.
Right.
How much more spoiler can you get?
So the beginning of the movie, Grace is basically, he's on the ship, he has no memory, which it's implied, but it's not as heavily stressed as that is a major plot point for the entire book, is that he doesn't remember who he is. He wakes up in the ship in the movie, and the ship tells him he immediately is able to go to the pilot seat. He's immediately told who he is. There's a lot of, and he's immediately knows that because he sees the star, and he's like, oh, I'm near another planet. All of those things he figures out in the book through science or just like deductive reasoning. That's it. So like there's a point to find it. He initially makes a pendulum, right? And by the frequency and the frequency of its like arc rotation determines the level of gravity that he is currently under. And from that, either intuits that he is in a giant centrifuge, which wouldn't
Yeah.
make sense, or that he's in a spaceship. So, like, that's the level of granular. And there's a point where so the point where he's climbing up the ladder and he falls
Yeah.
down. Um, when that happens, like, he realizes that he's falling too fast. And there's another point where, like, I forget if it was like a stopwatch or something, falls on his head and he goes, wait, this doesn't feel right, because he's like, humans intuitively know and understand local gravity because you're born in it. So when something falls too fast, something is wrong there.
Right.
He also sets up something to look at something else and then times it based on, like, he measures it with time and then does distance or whatever to figure out how fast he's moving to. And he's like, yeah, I'm not even in my star system anymore because it didn't make sense, the distance that he traveled versus the light that was getting off from the sun. That was
right. I think he was doing like the transept of something over the surface of the sun, and just by math he figures it out. And like, I do have to say that Andy Weir, based on The Martian, Project Hail Mary, even on Artemis, which I haven't finished yet, he does a really good job of taking very, very, very I don't want to say intelligent, because that puts it as like
scientifically factual.
Well, book learned people but he also portrays them as like everyman. So that's kind of the whole crux of the book, is that Grace is not an everyman. He is fundamentally a genius, but he hates that fact and he's afraid of it. So the entire movie is about him fleeing from the fact that he is best set up to be on this mission, and also that he is afraid of going outside of his own comfort zone. It's good. But I like the movie for what it did. I'm a huge book nerd, but I'm also not one of those people who's like, well, the book was always better. That's not the case. The book is a different animal altogether. I like the movie. It's much more relatable.
Yes. I think they hinged the movie a lot more on the Rocky and Grace relationship, whereas the book is more like Grace's adventure in space, and then he meets up with Rocky and like their whole mission.
I actually, because again, I listened to the audiobook and read it, but the audiobook, Rocky is actually really, really, really funny in the movie, more than you would think based on the book. And again, they play it up a lot because it's a buddy comedy. Basically, it is. It
is funny in the books. They turned it up in the movie.
Oh yeah, there are characterizations that I didn't like, where like again, this is
like Strat.
Actually, funny enough, I liked Strat as a person better in the movie because she is much more sympathetic. They deliberately made her more sympathetic, where in the book she is not sympathetic. She basically, there's a scene when you find out the crux of why Grace is up there, where before Strat lets that happen, she walks in and flat out calls him a coward. She goes, "You're a coward," and then she's like, whereas in the movie she's very like, "I don't want to do this." In the book, she's like, "I don't care. I'm going to go to jail anyways for the crimes on humanity that I'm doing." The things you didn't see in the movie is they pave the Sahara Desert and they blow up the North Pole.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep. They have to release methane to create the greenhouse effect, so that way they can get the energy that they need for the Sahara Desert's plantation of things to collect the astrophage there. So they put a bunch of nukes in Antarctica, blow them up, release the methane. It starts causing global warming on a much higher scale, just so they can make enough fuel to get to the star system to do what they need to do.
Oh Jesus.
And none of that was in the movie.
I can see why they probably didn't. Because if they made her look like an asshole, it kind of defeats the purpose of him even trying at the end of trying so hard to get the bacteria back. Because if she was such an evil person, why the fuck are you gonna help her?
And
Well, I wouldn't say that she's evil though. She's doing it for the betterment of humanity, and she doesn't care what you have to do to get there. She has a goal, and she's set on finishing that goal.
and actually, to that point too, part of the thing he says at the end of the book is, "I'm doing this, one, because I want to make sure that I save humanity, and two, I'm also doing this to say fuck you to Strat." He literally says,
Yep.
"I'm shoving
Yeah.
this in your face."
Ooh,
But
I was gonna ask you about the ending because I kind of sped it up versus the books. How do you feel about it basically being like they got it, yay, here's your update, whereas like in the book it's a couple years down the road.
so they actually imply, because again, if you look at Strat's face, she is markedly
She's
older.
visibly older.
Right.
Yes.
They don't really stress that because again, they go into time dilation and that whole thing. But again, in the book, that is a huge plot point. That is a huge plot point because Rocky, and they touch on it, but he has to explain to Rocky because he only knows what like Newtonian physics. He doesn't understand like relativity and time dilation. So one of the things,
Didn't even understand radiation.
right, right. So, and I'll tell you the other things that kind of threw me off on the characterization or the adaptation to the movie was one, the fact that they show Strat again. I kind of wish they didn't, because again, the idea is, at least in the book, I understand why they did in the movie because again, they want to show that Strat is not an evil person. It's a bit
Right. They want you to have closure for all those lines.
right. That being said, in the book, it's basically it's. I think the
It's a sentence.
well, no, the reader I think is supposed to understand. Grace doesn't understand because he was the one forced into the position that he's in, and he hates her for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you're reading the book and you're looking at it from a purely like rational standpoint, everything Strat did is correct. But you don't see Strat again. Like after the final memory that he has, where it's her meeting up with him before he's put on the spaceship, and he kind of is petulant about the entire thing. You never see her again. They don't reference her ever again. Another thing that's different is, and again, I understand why they did it. Rocky's planet, the whole conceit of it is basically a world where they live in a sea of like very, very thick ammonia under heavy pressure. And when Grace goes back to, and again, spoilers for people who haven't seen it, when Grace goes back to the planet, back to Rocky's planet, he is arid, right? He is in a dome where, like, basically all of the most genius minds on the planet go out of their way to keep him alive. He's not like on a rocky shore. It's not Earth-like whatsoever.
Right.
So, also, oh my God, what was the other thing? Oh, him going onto Rocky's ship. That is also not something that happens in the book, because fundamentally, like it is such an alien environment, and it is so dark that he's like, it wouldn't really matter if I did. It would just be, he's like, I want to go, but he couldn't figure out a way to do it. So
It's also super hot because every time he sent the capsules back and forth, they were super hot. Right. He couldn't interact with them for a while.
Right. So
whereas in the movie he could just grab them and was fine.
Yeah. So he does do the thing where he's like, and there's a part where, and again, that's probably my biggest gripe of the entire movie, is that the one scene where Rocky saves Grace, in the book, Grace is like, oh my God, Rocky, why did you do this? Why did you do this? And then Rocky weighs like 400 pounds. He's like very, very dense. And he's also extremely hot. And Grace, because he is so scared for Rocky's well-being after he gets saved, he literally picks Rocky up and brings him back to his side of the ship, and there's like a airlock thing. And
Yeah.
when he puts him back into his side of the ship, he opens the airlock, and superheated, high pressurized ammonia gas, like basically fries his entire arm.
Oh
So,
Jesus.
well, so it's a give and take, right? So
Right.
Rocky saves Grace, but Grace also saves Rocky. Where in this, he just
Yeah.
wakes up and there's like a trail, which is objectively really sad. It was so damn sad the way they did it.
Yeah.
But also, like, Rocky doesn't like wake up and like roll around in his ball. Rocky's like pretty fucked up for like a good portion of the book.
And,
Yeah.
and Grace makes it worse.
Right. Oh yeah, because Grace, there was a whole thing where Grace makes like a high pressure like steam gun to because Rocky has like radiator type pieces in his carapace,
Like vents.
Yeah, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh no, there's like soot in there.
When he got
So
exposed
makes,
to the oxygen, it set like those gases from him on fire, which is what happened in the movie, and where the black soot spots were.
right.
You okay, Mike?
You're. No, I was trying to hear you, but you were cutting in and out
Yeah.
on my end.
Yeah, a little bit on my end too. But I know what happened, so it doesn't matter.
Rocky gets sets on fire because of oxygen, and then Grace blows it out of him and almost kills him.
Right.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Which again,
He's
another
like, I'm gonna help
another
him by
science
blowing the
thing.
soot out.
Right.
Yeah.
And he like it goes into like very, very, very it goes into a lot of detail about how he makes this gun and how he makes like a drilling bit that drills through Rocky's xenonite thing. Then there's like yeah, it's a whole thing. Also one thing that again, this is a super minor gripe, but like remember when Rocky has the tape measure?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So the tape measure has ink on it. In the book, first of all, Rocky can't see the ink anyway, so it doesn't matter. But when he opens it up, there's like all the ink melts off, and then all of the rubber portions of the tape measure melt off, and so then Rocky's playing with like the liquefied rubber, and it's a whole thing.
They did well with the movie, though.
They did good.
Yes.
And again, this is not me complaining. It is just a very different animal. It's doing a lot of different things than the book was, in my mind.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
I've also seen a couple interviews with the author of the book and the director of the movie and stuff like that. And apparently, Andy Weir liked the contrived point about the coma for the astronauts. There was nothing about having a special gene. There was not having to have something special about them. It's just like, we have a cocktail for you, you go to sleep, that's it. Whereas in the books, you have to have a special gene that makes you resilient to whatever it is, so you can live in a coma for a long time.
Right, and that's actually, again, it makes sense for a movie why they wouldn't go into that. But that's the reason why they use him. It's not just because he was trained. It's because there's a million other astronauts that could have done it if there was no constraint on who was able to go up. Also, again, that's something they don't go over. In the movie, Ilyana was like, "We will teach you how to fly spaceship," and that's not what happens in the book. Throughout all of the things, he is also doing the same task. He is very much Strat's second in command. He just doesn't know it.
Yep. He's just enjoying everything he's doing, not realizing.
Right. And like he knows how to fly the spaceship in the book. Like you know the part where he's like, "I'm gonna do this," and it's like,
or Rocky's teaching him how to do it before they get over the planet. Yeah, he already knows.
Right. He already knows. Like he's already flown the spaceship, and like he flies it like an astronaut. He's like, "We're gonna change pitch and yaw," and even the end where he finds Rocky's ship, he's doing that by incrementally changing the angulation of the ship and then flashing the Petrova detector so that way he can reflect. So he'll like fire his engines and that Petrova line will extend outwards, reflect off of Rocky's ship, and that's how he picks it up. He does it very methodically. Like it goes into a lot more detail about that science stuff.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about the portrayal of the petroloscope and them changing changing the wavelength or whatever so you can actually see it?
I liked it. I think I like the idea. I I think that was a really cool visual moment. I don't know
Yeah.
understand like how that like does he have a thing in his I forget I was going to ask you like do they make the conceit that his like facial shield can interpret it? Like how does he see that?
That's a very good question. I do not know.
Okay, I thought I missed something. I was like, wait, how is he seeing it?
I think
It was very pretty.
yeah. I'm thinking they're relying on the fact that everyday people wouldn't be asking that. Like we think about that type of stuff because of because of the details we get into things.
Mhm.
But like, let's say for example, I guarantee Callie would like the movie, but I can almost guarantee you she's not gonna think how the hell is that working, type of thing.
Fair.
She's gonna
Ooh, sparkly lights.
right.
That's all she gets.
I mean, like, I think the thing is, we're nerds, as I say this on
Yeah.
our podcast about video games.
Yay.
I was trying to be PC.
If that didn't give it away.
I was like, that was the most deft way I've ever seen somebody skirt saying, we're a bunch of geeks who are like, ooh, actually, you wouldn't be able to see it in the visual spectrum.
I didn't even think of that. Holy shit.
I
Man.
I tell people that shit all the time. People are like at work. I'm like,
Shut up, nerd.
yeah, they're like, how do you know all this stuff? I'm like, I'm a nerd, man. Like my off time when I'm not playing Marathon is watching Computer File on YouTube for the lulls. Not even for like, not just because I like learning, but I'm like, ooh, this is fascinating. I'm gonna watch Kyrgyzstan.
I haven't watched them in a while.
They have a new channel out. They have Kyrgyzstan After Dark.
Ooh. Porno. I mean, probably not.
If by porno you mean them shining a light on the atrocities that humanity has done, then yes.
Jesus Christ. Thank you for that.
And on that note,
Thanks. On that bright spot. Oh, does that mean we're ready to get
let's
started?
do this.
Oh my god. All right. Ramblepack podcast episode 84. And I'm cryo ready, Adam.
I'm thoroughly enjoyed Mike.
And
What does that mean?
I meant to say thoroughly pleased. Oh, it's gonna be one of those days.
Do I need to ask Callie about that?
And I am Sparkly Lights Muldoon.
Hey, it will do. Mike.
Are we gonna go back to the cover of that book that you showed us that one time?
No.
Oh my
Where
god.
it's like, hey,
The haunted vagina.
yeah, I'm haunted vagina. Hey, I'm a skeleton that's checking out this lady.
Speaking of books, have you read any more of Dungeon Crawler Carl?
I'm trying to remember where the hell I left off. The last I can remember is they were in the desert fighting a monster. While they were waiting to meet up with other.
That's not specific.
Very specific.
Yeah,
They were in a dungeon.
it was right after that Camel Town
The Camel Toe.
The camel.
where they were going to go to the next town to get their whatever secret they were holding that was protecting them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're still not too far into it.
No.
All right.
That's fair. Adam.
Oh, trust me, I've already made plans to dedicate more time to it.
I have not read jack shit. Adam, where are you at? You not reading anything? Yeah, that's fine.
Nah. Too busy running marathons, man.
So a friend of mine because you were just starting getting into Sanderson, she's getting to the end of Mistborn, and we we were literally just like texting each other on it, and I brought up you. I'm like, it's funny because I'm in this weird space where she is reading Mistborn, and you at least started um, Stormlight, and like the two
Hmm.
different books, it's like messing with my brain because there are like these little landmines that you have to be wary about when you're reading Sanderson. That and one of her friends just started reading Mistborn as well. So I'm like, oh, now you get to be that person who's like, don't read Secret History until you've read the third book of Era Two, And she's, dude,
That's just
hold
words.
on.
What does that even
So
mean?
if you're going to do Stormlight, there is a very definite order you need to read the that series, and there are additional books in the Greater Cosmere that you should probably read in conjunction with this book. So when you get back into it, we will discuss because if you read certain
Okay.
things too quickly, or if you read certain things out of order, certain things get spoiled because a lot of these worlds tie together.
So you're saying this is the Kingdom Hearts of a book series?
Oh man, yeah,
Oh, here
right.
we go.
We haven't even. Is, is it fair to say that a book that is based on a book series, and I won't even call it a series, but a shared universe that is based on the idea of a one god that is murdered and then split up into a bunch of different smaller gods who then are also either murdered or combined or rule their respective planets with an iron fist, and by virtue of ruling those planets with an iron fist or just existing, create independent magic systems which do not coincide, and all of the worlds are connected by basically a subspace like road that where you can travel between different planets without actually having to go into space. Is it something like that? Because yes, that is very much what I'm talking about. Right. And
Jesus
that doesn't even go
Christ.
into the intricacies of the individual planets. Again, you're on
God.
Roshar, Adam, and that in and of itself, again, the each book in Stormlight, of which there are five, each one is between 1,500 and 1,800 pages long. And that's one
I feel like
book.
I need a nap now.
Right. There are 25 books or something like that in this entire shared
Oh my
universe.
God.
So, and I've read like 19 of them, and my brain is fried.
Okay. Mike, you asked for
So
this.
I'm not touching that
Yeah,
rabbit
you don't
hole.
want to. It's you're too far gone, man. Too far gone. Speaking of too,
I have news on a different crawler.
oh yeah, I heard, I saw.
Vampire crawlers. They
Oh,
finally got a release date and a price point.
Ooh,
I actually need
what is
What
it?
day was it? I don't have my notes up. What was it? April 21st. And it's only going to be $10.
April
I
20.
can't wait.
Yay!
That's only in a couple weeks.
I'm actually pulling that up because again, I want to see crawlers. Um, yeah. So basically, it's like it's is it a deck builder?
It's a card game,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So it's like a Slay the
There's a
Spire type
demo
deal.
out for all the systems.
Oh, well, I think I'm going to download that tonight.
Ooh, yes and no. So it's similar to Slay the Spire in that it's a deck builder with like different kinds of cards, sure. But I would say Slay the Spire is more of an RPG, whereas Vampire Crawlers is not. It's it actually feels more dungeon crawly.
Okay. Okay. Fair.
I had a lot of fun with the demo when I played it. It made me excited for the actual game.
All right. I
It's
do have
worth
to
trying.
say, I do have to say, I liked Vampire Survivor. I didn't expect much from it, and I haven't played it in a while. But when I played it, like It basically just devolves into flashing lights.
Pretty colors.
Yeah, literally. Ooh, sparkly lights, Muldoon. Like it's good. Like it is probably one of the more approachable roguelike, like shmups type game. I don't know what the genre would even be, but it's like bullet
Yeah.
heaven, right?
We figured this out. Yeah.
So it's good. I liked it. I again I played a few, and I like the idea of building a run by happenstance that makes you like so OP that you're just like steamrolling everything. So
Mm-hmm.
Always a fun time.
yeah, man. Oh, so I think some of us in our notes, uh,
I haven't looked at anyone's notes.
yes. So you and I, Adam, um, hit
Mm-hmm.
on the same thing, which is probably going to be. I don't know if you want to hold off on this or just do it now, but um,
Ripping the Band-Aid about Epic.
yeah. Oof, oof.
Mike, did you see anything about that?
I know they ended up laying off like 1,000 employees, didn't they?
Yep.
They did.
And a
They
lot of
not
them
only
were
laid
like
off like
with
1,000
Fortnite from the
employees.
beginning and like doing things. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You can go right ahead. I apologize. I just am getting pinged because I have my
Oh,
stupid messages up. I'm going to delete that. Yeah.
oops.
Yeah, I heard.
Apparently, a lot of
As
the
far as I
employees
know, I
that got
heard. I
booted
read
were
an,
there from the very beginning, or like have made a lot of the big changes that have come to Fortnite that people have liked. So that's one strike against them.
right.
They've also taken out a handful of game modes at the same time, which was another strike against them. They changed the pricing of V-Bucks so you pay more to get a little bit less, and then they turn around and laid off 1,000 people while also saying that they're going to utilize AI to help create some of the skins in Fortnite now as well. So,
Yay.
they're
Oh,
winning
man.
all around.
The funny thing is the
Mm-hmm.
like and basically like I put in a few like sub stories on that where like Tim Sweeney basically was like he put out a post after he did it, and like everyone's like, "Bro, you are so far out of touch." Basically, he said, "Hey, guess what, LinkedIn? If you're a software developer, you're going to be super excited because a lot of our, very, very important employees that we just fired are now going to be looking for jobs. So get on that so that way you guys can get all of these people at a discount." And everyone's like, "Bro, you just shoveled them out the door. And now you're saying to other people,
Hmm.
they're worth hiring, just not at our company."
Yeah.
And then the people who are left are basically like, "We don't know how to maintain Fortnite. I don't know how to do that. Like, we lost most of our staff. How do we maintain this so that way we can keep up a positive customer experience? I don't know.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense because we're running basically on the most skeleton of skeleton crews. And one of the
Right.
people they
Hmm.
laid off was the person who was in charge of the design for basically the face of Fortnite. So, like Jonesy, the
Right.
character in Fortnite, the person who designed him
Yeah.
got fired.
Oh
Yep.
Jesus.
And he's like the main character for the damn thing now, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Literally, it's basically the GameSpot article that I posted in there. The title of it is Fortnite Layoffs Included Artist Who Designed Jonesy, the Face of the Game.
I think that makes the article I read feel a whole lot worse. I'm not sure how I feel about the company now. Is
What I gotta
after
ask
all
what
these
the article
layoffs.
you read said.
Well, the article I read did talk about the layoffs and stuff like that, but it was basically Disney is still staying is saying that they're still going to stay strong with their collaboration with their investment with Epic Games and Fortnite, because apparently they invested like 1.5 billion or something like
Yeah.
that.
And they just pulled out of the Sora AI thing too.
Yeah, yeah. Which is
Uh-huh.
funny because that whole Sora thing, again, do I think it's the end of the bubble? I don't know. Like, I
Not yet.
not yet. I think
It's coming, but I don't think it's yet.
right. I think what we're going to start seeing is a gradual shift because there was this idea of we're going to make these platforms that allow you to take people who are dead and people who are fictional and slap them together into videos, watching them play hacky sack. It's like, okay, is that the best way to use 21st century technology? And the internet's like, yep, I want that. And then at the end of the day, they're like, no. I think Sora's model is going to switch away from that. And I forget what they're going to be investing in going forward. I forget what it is now, but it's going to be basically something like procedural generation for coding or some bullshit like that.
Mm. Interesting. Not really.
No, not really. No, I mean, this is exactly what ends up happening, right? So, oh man, it's not good, not good. Um, I posted, so one of the things I also posted again in this whole overarching thing of um, like everyone's cutting costs. Like every company, I think it's not just in this industry; it's companies in general are looking to see a way they can cut costs to
Yeah.
increase revenue for their stockholders. Sony shut down the former one of the former Call of Duty developer. They signed a like an exclusivity deal with him for that for his
Yep.
studio to be a first party Sony studio, and like it was a whole big thing. And now they're shutting that down too.
Yep. And they've only been at it for like what, a year and a
Yeah,
half, but not really anything to show for
right,
it.
right. Not good, man. Not good.
It is not.
No.
Oh,
Uh, and what's funny? Well, not funny, not funny. To add more
Ha
insult
ha ha
to
ha
injury for
ha
everything.
haha.
To add more
So
insult to
funny.
injury on things, apparently PlayStation's dynamic pricing is live.
Great.
Yep. I saw some
Mm-hmm.
posts from one of the accounts that I follow that was like, they tell you about deals on games, and I think it's actually in Sony's. They have a spring sale or something going on, and they posted
Yeah.
that the game was this price, and then apparently people were replying to them saying, "Well, actually, it shows this price or this price," and they're like, "I'm sorry, folks. Apparently, the dynamic pricing is live on the sale. I can't keep posting about this, so I will check back in later." It's like, well, fuck, man.
Man, it's so funny. Like again, there are two thought processes behind this dynamic pricing model of either you're going to charge people who buy more games less money, or you're going to charge people who buy more games more money because you know they're going to buy them. And
Hmm.
the thing that seems a little bit weird is like I never even thought about that as a perspective, right? Where there's a whole cottage industry of people who's making their I don't want to say living, but you know they're providing content by saying these are deals that you should go for. Except now it's going to be null and
Yep.
void because if you're Shawnee Muldoon versus Adam, your price is
Yep.
going to be completely different. Hi, Adam.
Yep. Hi, how you doing?
Which is definitely a shitty thing.
Yes.
If that's the case, then just don't fucking put it on sale. I'm sorry. I could understand if like okay, maybe the game being one price in the U.S. versus another price in Brazil. That and which is part of what I thought was going on when I was reading the article, but come to find out it's by player. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm curious what the algorithm is.
Like I could understand. Right.
Yeah, me too. Sony's not the only one that's changing their prices well, not like this, but in general, they're not the only company that's playing with prices either. Nintendo's doing it too.
Yeah.
But I would say that they're doing it in a more positive way. Starting with Yoshi and the Mysterious Book that's coming out, it's going to be cheaper digitally than it is going to be for the physical version. And I think for some of their first-party titles, they're going to go for doing that.
Like,
why? Yeah. Why wasn't this
also,
a thing before?
Why? You know how bad things have gotten where Nintendo, the company that famously says, hey, you want to buy, I don't know, a game that released on
The same game
right,
for the fifth time in a row?
Or even better, like Super Mario Odyssey. That game's been out for how long now? 6 years or something like that?
Yep.
Okay, great. I want to go buy it. Oh, that's going to be $60.
Yep, still full price. They don't discount their games.
But at least they, on a base level, are saying, okay, well, you know what? We're not paying for packaging, so we'll pass on that. It's so weird when you hear like Nintendo being ahead of the pack, like with AI. We don't want AI in our thing. Okay, cool. Hey, Nintendo, rock on, man. We're going to charge less money for digital only games. Hey, great, awesome. Like,
there's been enough people complaining about that needing to be a thing for the longest time, and like asking Sony and Xbox and everybody else, if you're buying it digital, it should be cheaper. There's always been this argument, and it took so long for somebody to do that, and it just happens to be Nintendo. There's a little irony there.
Oh man, I mean, on a different note, right? We're on the 40th anniversary of Zelda, right? Yeah, I mean, which, by the way, we need to do a Let's Talk about for Zelda with you, Mike.
We keep fucking saying this and
So,
we don't do it.
hey, I'm going to put this out. I'm
You
just gonna
almost
toss
did
this
it.
out there. I might have some free time this weekend. If you guys are up to it, we can sit down, hash it out, and you can... Again, we're talking about Kingdom Hearts level of contrived storylines. You haven't seen nothing yet, man.
Yeah,
That's gonna be fun.
Right.
a lot.
No, and
I know
Well,
none
so-
of it somehow.
that's fine. Actually, I'm very pleased with that. I think we asked you a while ago, like, what do you know about Zelda? And you're like,
Describe Zelda
Right,
in 5
and you
words
were
or
like-
less.
Ganon's in it, and there's a hero named Link, and it takes place in Hyrule, and it's like none of those things are now true, like ubiquitously through all the games. Like, it's like, hold on, have you even gotten to the thing where in Majora's Mask, Link might be dead? But in terms of the 40th anniversary, right? I'm basically people have been clamoring for, again with Nintendo, hey, can we get some 4K versions of games? Right? Are you pointing at something?
No, he's raising his hand.
I agree.
I thought you were.
Yes,
Right.
I'm one of them.
I don't understand why. This is one thing that Nintendo does that I've still no rhyme or reason, right? But still, I'll buy games from them. A Link Between Worlds, the HD remake of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, right? They're not on Switch. Like, I want to play those games in the way that I want to play them, right? I started playing Wind Waker on the emulator, like on the
Switch 2.
the Switch 2, right?
The GameCube
And
channel.
even then, I'm like, like there are quality of life things that I'm like, first of all, I would love to be able to play this in full screen. That would be really nice, but it doesn't exist. So basically, there is. I saw this article and was like, oh yeah, Wind Waker. There's going to be some stuff. There is a browser version of the Wind Waker ocean world. Oh boy. Um,
All right, I gotta open this and see. What is
so
this?
let's just
This year with Wind Waker inspired release.
hold
What?
on, hold on.
Unofficial 4K remaster. Okay, so it's an
No, that's
unofficial
not even
remaster.
what.
Is that
Hold
across the
on.
series?
Buckle up, friend. Buckle up. Copy link.
Okay.
Just toss that into your browser when you're bored. It is a browser-based, web-based sandbox version of the ocean world. It's not like the full game, but you can just sail around if you want, if you're bored, and like do like the fishing minigame thingy. Just
Mm-hmm.
play it. So yesterday when I was
That's
waiting for
cool.
you guys, I was like, what am I gonna do? I need to kill some time, and I'm like, oh yeah, I put this link to this article, and then I'm like, let me see if I can find this browser game, and then I went on, and I was like, oh, I'll just sail around for a little bit. Oh, this is kind of cool, but it perfectly captures like the feel of sailing around, and unlike the version that's on the GameCube emulator, it actually, I mean, on the Switch it actually is full screen, and it's upscaled and looks really nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's cool. I'm gonna
yeah,
check
and
that
then
out.
so the unofficial 4K remaster, fine, I'm totally whatever. But the browser game, that's why I was like, I need to bring this up now because I'm like, if you guys are bored, if you're at work and you need to kill some time, go sailing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
I'm gonna
that.
do that.
That's cool. I'm gonna do that. Hey, the door is opening behind me. Hello. Nice. She
Oh
came in and
no!
burped.
At least it came out.
Love you too.
At least it came out the top.
Yeah. She would have stuck her ass in here, farted, and shut the door on me.
Marriage.
It's all good. Yeah. Mike,
And what did
remember
you
how
s-
excited I was for Starfield?
Yes.
Well, you PlayStation owners get to play Starfield in just a week's time? 2 weeks? Something like that. It's coming out
Ooh!
to PS5 on April 7th.
Yay!
And we're getting some quality of life updates and a free DLC and a paid
Question:
DLC.
Is it worth it?
Yes.
Honestly,
I. Oh, man. If you like. How do I say this? If you like Bethesda styled RPGs, like their first person ones, Fallout, Skyrim, anything, Elder Scrolls, all that stuff, then. And you like space, then yes, it's definitely worth it. I think they did New Game Plus in a very interesting and cool way, but they didn't capitalize enough on it. But it is neat. Do you know what the
of
gimmick
the new
is?
game plus, no.
Okay. Do you want me to
I'm
spoil
probably
it?
never going to buy it. Mike, do you want it spoiled?
Mike
Oh
Okay.
no,
knows
he's
what it
already
is.
told me.
Knock yourself out, man.
Yeah. Okay. When you beat the game, you go through like this kind of pocket dimension thing. I know it sounds really weird, but you're literally in space. You're traveling along trying to find these pieces of some kind of alloy, and you find enough of them, and it makes a gateway on your ship that takes you to something called the Unity. It's like a singularity that you step into, and you can leave that place behind and become one with the singularity. And when you do that, it starts your new game plus, which basically takes all of your being as a character or whatever and dumps it into another version of the universe you were just in. Basically starts over from the beginning, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it could have a different kind of starting. Maybe people could have a different kind of behavior. Maybe you'll have a different interaction to kick off the story. Maybe you choose to go one way instead of another, and it starts it differently like that. There's many different types. One perfect example is there's a place called the Lodge that you go to meet your team for your space missions and stuff. Sometimes when you go to the Lodge, everybody can be dead, and you have to figure out what happened. Sometimes there'll be somebody there that, I mean, again, everybody in the Lodge could be dead. except for one of the original crew members, and they're mad because of something and was looking for you because they went through the Unity as well. There can be a time when you go to the lodge and it's 15 different versions of you in there instead of the original crew.
Really?
Yes. See, I thought that was one of the cooler things, but that's about as far as those kind of beginnings go.
See, that, and I'm sorry to say this about Bethesda. I actually like Bethesda games. I feel like there are these moments of like, you have like this genie in a bottle, and you got it. Like, I could you imagine if you capitalized on that and like you want to play the game, everyone has kind of the same opening thing, and everyone kind of has a good, grasp on what the original storyline is, and then it just gets insane for every and
Yeah, like it changes fundamentally,
that'd be
which would
awesome.
be really cool.
Also, I like the idea of a new game plus that has a narrative reason for existing.
Yes.
That's a bummer. Like, that makes me almost not want to buy it.
It is literally another dimension, but it's the same kind of space. It is one of the coolest new game plus introduction kind of things that I've seen in a modern game so far. And I just wish that there was a little more to it than just the beginning, the crux of the story, get you back onto the same path.
Bummer.
And that's it.
I mean, and again, that's kind of like the whole, man, Bethesda, especially like going into like Skyrim and like what they wanted to do versus what they did, and again, understanding that it happens. Like you shoot for the moon and you try to hit somewhere in between the moon and Earth, fine. But like hearing like, oh, we wanted there to be large scale battles during this civil war that was supposed to take place, but the technology wasn't there. Like, one of the biggest gripes on game ranks, which I'm 100% agree on, is that they have these cool ideas and then they put it into a game engine that is fundamentally like 25 years old. So you're already constrained by the engine of the game itself, and then on
Starfield's engine's a lot better.
But it's still the same engine. It's the bones of the house are still there, right? It's just that they put is
this another shit
right, exactly
thing?
Well, yeah. It's one of those deals where I'm like, I get that this is your proprietary engine and you're known for this, but like the cute idea of getting hit in the head. What?
Ooh. I'm happy you said that because I didn't even think about this until now. You are correct, and I think a good example of a company that does reiteration and keeping it modernized is Bungie, because they have the same engine under, like, I think it's under Destiny. It might have been built off of, like, from Halo as well. I think it's called the Tiger engine, and I want to say that it's being used for Marathon as well, which is why a lot of their shooting feels so comfortable and similar.
Fair,
but in a good way.
I do have to say, we're gonna. Do we take the left turn and start talking about Marathon? Because again,
yes, but I want to bring up some things to put on your guys' radar to check out. Xbox had a partner showcase earlier today, and they showed off 19 games, 13 of those which are going to be actually released this year. I thought that was pretty cool. It's a good ratio. Some of the games that are cool that I saw of note, Mike, for me and you, Bluey's Happy Snaps. It's a Bluey game where she's taking pictures, but it looks like the cartoon this time. Looks like you're playing an episode.
Okay.
Hades 2 is coming to Xbox. Dispatch is coming to the Xbox. A Annapurna game called Forever Ago. It looks really cute. Is coming out. Stranger Than Heaven. Same devs who did. It's RGG. The same guys who do Yakuza and them. This game, it's like that, but you play through 5 different eras. Yeah. Pretty neat looking. Sean, for you, The Expanse, Osiris Reborn.
That's again one of those book and television series that I need to finish is The Expanse. It's such an interesting, cool ass concept that I just haven't got a chance to get fully into yet. But
there's a lot more too on the showcase. There was one called like Artificial Detective, and you're literally a robot trying to figure out why all the humans ended up disappearing, and you end up stumbling upon a young girl, and you have to protect her while you're solving this
So it's
mystery.
basically like Stray, except the opposite.
I guess so. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's neat. A lot of the trailers were cool.
Well, if we're going before we get into anything on Marathon, whoops, I'm just going to drop.
Mike,
Well,
what was that about
we'll get
Unity?
into go into Unity, but
Oh
first I
yeah.
want you to take a look at the pictures that I sent. There are two Transformer sets. I mean Transformer sets, Lego sets.
Okay.
That is an Optimus Prime Lego
Uh-huh.
set that transforms, and there is a Lord of the Rings Book Nook set.
We've seen the Book Nook Balrog, but I didn't know that the
Holy
Optimus
shit.
Prime transforms.
It opens up, yeah.
Cool as hell. Yeah, Optimus Prime transforms. As far as I know, again, going through that article super quickly. Also, the price point isn't bad. It's like $150 for like
Really?
a Lego set, which is not.
Okay.
It's approachable.
Yeah. 100 for a
Mike's
set
thinking.
that has 1,200 pieces? Yeah.
You
I
have these
think I
sites
know what I'm
favorited,
going to
Mike?
ask for Christmas this year.
Don't ask me, ask your wife.
No, I was
I
No, it's not that. Like I like the Balrog one just because it surprised the hell out of me when I got the helmet of
oh, that's a
Sauron.
cool set, man. That's such a cool set.
They need a minifig for the Balrog.
We need more
Yeah.
Balrog shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh, they need to do like the original Gargoyles cartoon as a Lego set.
I mean, they have a partnership with Disney, right? Like,
Yeah.
right,
They do, because they have plenty
right.
of
Star
Lego sets
Wars,
that are
they have
Disney.
Marvel, they have, whatever, right?
Disney
And
princesses.
it's fun. The Lego company as a whole, to me, basically seems like a real life Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where nonsensical competing, like they have Batman sets and they have Marvel sets, and there's never been any litigation from either side. It's just like, yeah, we got both, let's do it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like their fundamental, like quintessential sets are like Star Wars and Batman, and it's like those two things should not exist in the same world from the same company, and they just do.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyways, Unity, I'm sorry.
Yes, Mike, what's up with Unity? And then we'll pivot to Marathon.
It's well with Unity, the may not be a proprietary engine, but it actually did pretty well in Q1 this year. Companies expects to beat forecasts and they anticipate their earnings to be between 505 and 508. Trying to think. It made more sense when I was reading it. Now explaining it, kind of.
By the way, I love the different games that are available, like that are developed through Unity. It also seems like almost a Lego level fever dream, where it's like, because you put it in there, notable games include Lego Voyagers, Power Wash Simulator 2, and Terminator 2D No Fate. I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot more games coming out in the next like couple years that are just. I feel like it's easier to use Unity, which is like such a phenomenal graphics engine. I know that it's more profitable to develop your own engine, but like there are so many different. Like again, the game ranks thing of.
Takes too long to make your own engine. But Unity also had a problem where they were like screwing over their devs, like for the prices that they were charging for their different services and stuff. A lot of people turned away from Unity and went to fucking Unreal.
That's true. Right. That being said, like I do see we're going to start to eventually have it's going to be like three different engines, right? It's going to be like you're either going to do proprietary. Oh my god, dude, this Terminator 2 like 2D side scroller looks cool as hell.
I thought Lego Voyagers was a really cute game. I gotta look up this Terminator game now and see
It
what
just
it
looks
like. Nice tagline, IGN. We got Skynet by the balls now.
Well, it literally. I've seen some I'm not let's plays, but I've seen some like some stuff on. I've seen some like people expoing the game or whatever. It looks
Oh, I've seen
it
this,
looks
yeah.
real. I mean, it looks cool as hell. Oh
Yeah.
come on, dude. So Super Mario Odyssey is coming out with the 40th
What?
Mario anniversary thing, and yet we can't get a Zelda game. Come on, dude. Peace.
Nope. Of course
Make me
not.
mad now.
Maybe
'Cause
they'll
Link is
surprise
the
us with
red-headed
something big
stepchild.
this
We
year.
say that
We'll
every
see.
year. We said that for the 25th,
I mean, yeah.
30th,
Yeah.
35th. Like the best that we got was an H. Yeah.
One of these names is bound to be
The
right.
best we got was what the HD remaster of Skyward Sword, which I'm like, that's the game that I wanted the least.
Yep. I still.
I've never played it. Never. I
Still
watched
did
a
it.
Let's Play of it, and I was like, it's a again, Zelda. You can't really go wrong. There are very few missteps in the entire Zelda series.
Mhm.
That being said, that's like the last game that I wanted. Like of all the games, I'm like, come on, man, really?
I agree. Because it was built on the Wii, I did not like how they had to incorporate the Wii with the sword play. It was too much, especially
Right,
because it wasn't accurate enough.
I mean, that fundamentally, that's what. And again, that's my whole argument against Nintendo is that they build these things on proprietary things that don't work after, like a 3DS. Awesome concept. I want to play some games that I had on the 3DS. I can't play them anywhere. They don't sell that platform anymore.
Yep.
Right.
Anyways, Marathon.
All right, Marathon. It's been out for, 3 weeks? It's been 3 weeks now, yeah. And I don't know if you guys caught this, but at the beginning, when it was first coming out, Bungie actually asked a lot of review sites to hold off on reviewing the game for a couple weeks until, they were finished with whatever it was. And what they were waiting for was people to solve the ARG, the maps to all come out, and Cryo to be available so that way you can experience everything in a line to get the full feel of the game, then review it. Reviews have since come out, and it's sitting at an 80 on Metacritic with about a 70% recommending the game. The catch to Marathon is that it is still very niche because it is an extraction shooter. However, is it safe to say that we all love the game?
hell yeah.
I do. I think I've been watching a lot, so I think that there is this weird dichotomy of people who are fall over themselves apologists for the game who are like, this is the greatest thing that's ever been released, and then the flip side of that is people saying people at Bungie should be strung up by their ankles, and there's a middle ground, and I really like the game. I think that there are things that I would like to see changed. That being said, that's my preference, and as a whole, I'm having a great time with it. More to the point, this is the first game that I played in a long time where I have two friends who are, and I'm pointing to you two. I don't know
Yep.
where you are on your screens, but
You got it. You're
yay!
right. You're on the bottom for us, or for me.
Man, I'm the base. I'm the base of the inverted.
I'm sorry.
pyramid? That sucks.
It shows you don't check out the podcast when I put it up because you're usually on the bottom. I'm sorry, I don't control it.
No,
Hey, we have a good, strong foundation in Sean, and he's
you know what they
holding
say
us
about
up.
inverted pyramids? They fall over and sometimes out of their chair. So
No pratfalls this week.
Things that I would change are basically they're not the biggest things. I gained a lot of enjoyment from playing with you two guys, like very much so. I played the other day. My buddy from work got
Yeah.
on. It was a great time. Like we had a really good time. It really lends
Yeah.
itself to having people that you can talk to that you trust. Where I think the game would fall flat for people, and I get it, is if you don't have people that you can dedicate, like if you don't have dedicated teams, if you are playing solo, it's not the easiest to get into if you are playing as a solo player. Though I like it now, it's a different game.
It's a different game.
Right.
It feels different to me if it's solo.
Yeah.
Even with Rook, it's just like I don't give a shit. Let's go see what happens.
I read a review, and basically somebody came out and said, when you play with a team, it is tense, but it feels like an extraction shooter. When you're playing alone, it is a horror game. Right.
Yes,
It is
absolutely.
nerve-wracking. Every noise you stop. I got to a point where I'm just kind of like, I haul ass through it. But even then, like, I creep through a lot of stuff. When you start to exfil
Yeah.
more, it feels good. But you also, I mean, dude, we had a run the other day where we had like 6 losses in a row. Like, it just got wrecked.
Yeah.
Right. Also,
I could
Oh,
never
yeah.
keep anything
Oh,
blue.
no. And it's funny because my play style has completely changed. Initially, I was like, when we would go into a run, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to put on a shield, I'm going to put on a backpack. And now I got to a point recently where I found that a lot of my best runs are just picking up one of the sponsored kits that for free, tossing it on, and just going, you know? But I think that's also because we have a crew that looks out for each other. Whereas if you're playing, even if you have randos that are good, they're still randos. So, I mean,
Right.
I like it. I will, as long as you two guys keep getting on, right? I'm going to keep playing it. Like, that's my go-to every night now.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
for
yeah.
this
We're gonna do that
foreseeable
tonight.
future too. Mike, I'm curious.
Like, well, to reiterate something I said to Adam about a week ago, he has ruined Destiny for me because of frickin' Marathon. The other night
didn't
I
make the
went
game.
back. I don't remember what happened. No, it was right after we watched Hail Mary.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Yep.
Jared.
I went on to see just in case you guys happen to go on, because I know Adam said he was going to, but just in
fell
case
asleep.
you changed your mind last second and you wanted to hop on, I was there, waited a little bit, went over to Destiny to play, and I hated it. I really did.
That's a strong word too.
It's like you said, I had to relearn everything because I was trying to play it like I was in Marathon, when a lot of shit we don't have to worry about. And one of the other things I also noticed is while I was on, no other live player was actually on.
Oof.
So that's
you're talking about in Destiny. It was like
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that kind of the problem when you have a major MMO and then you release another one? Everyone's going to go to that one and people are going to forget about your original one. I feel bad for Destiny players. And again, I don't play Destiny. I never turned it on. I've had it for free for years now, and it's been sitting in my library, and I just haven't played it.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, the numbers are a little bit better. I was checking them when Mike told me this. I checked it last week, and it was looking pretty bad. But right now, it's not terrible. And the 24-hour peak is just over 10,000. Apparently, there's about 9,500 on Steam alone.
Oh, that's much better
wow.
than last week.
What about Marathon?
It's currently hitting its peak of players right
Really?
now on Steam. 40,834. Both
God
the 24-hour peak and the players right now is
Okay.
the same number.
I mean, I like it. I do have to say, like, I'm not planning on buying any games. There's no games that are coming out that I'm like, oh, I need that. Ghost of Yotai, I want it, but I'm not going to buy it. Like, I still have to do the DLC for Ghost of Tsushima, right? Like, there's not a lot of games. I still have to finish Expedition 33, right? Like, that's still sitting.
Yeah.
Please,
No.
I want to talk about that.
I gotta. You ruined it. You
It
ruined
was
us
so
for this.
good. Mike, if you played it, you would love it. Yeah, it's my fault.
You're
I'm a bad
man.
influence.
Yes, you are.
Very. Well,
I like
No.
the game too. Hang on, I didn't
What's
get
your
to
thought?
review it yet. It's a good game. I'll play it some more.
man, a few words. Man, a few words. I like that.
It's made me change a lot of how I play. Like, again, I'm used to Bungie style games. I'm used to their FPS feels and stuff like that. I cut my teeth on Halo. This feels very much like an iteration of Halo to Destiny to now Marathon, where it still got that Bungie magic. There's still that consistency with their gameplay in the game. It's fun, but it's also teaching me new things. Before, and this is very specific with like Bungie games, you can time shots to know how much damage you've done if you're hitting them, so you know when they're going to drop. And that's usually how I would play like first person shooters, where Halo, it was 3 body shots, then 1 to the head with the BR, and that just took away their shields and killed them. With Destiny, you can count the number of shots before certain enemies are dead because you know just how much damage they take or whatever. This one, there's a lot of moving parts to everything that you do to know just how much damage you're doing to somebody. And I haven't figured out all the little nuances to it either. Like the UASC guy with the shield. Didn't know that there was a weak spot on it. I don't know still if the overcharged pistols will take off a bar of the shield. If it just completely obliterates the shield, is it better to just fire that and then fire light ammo or heavy ammo? There's a lot of like little gameplay twists that Bungie does that this shit plays into that I'm wondering if is in there or not. But I will say their audio design in this game is
The audio
top-notch.
is it's phenomenal. And I'll tell you the one down
Yes.
thing I had, which again I don't think it was the game. Actually, now in retrospect, I'm wondering if it was my internet connection. I've reset my router. I did a whole database rebuild on my PlayStation 5, which I didn't know was a thing until last night because I was like, oh shit. Things seem to be running better, but like even in the moments where it's been nigh unplayable, like last night, Mike, oh my god, you should have seen it. I sent a video. Did I send it only to you, Adam? If I did, I'll send it to Mike too. I have my
Yeah.
controller and I'm holding it forward and I'm just standing there and I'm like, and Adam was like, oh, I wonder if that's a controller calibration issue. I'm like, no, that's the least of my worries because when I can move, sometimes it will shoot me back like 20 feet or like launch me onto a platform really far away. Yeah, it was the wildest shit.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I just sent the group the video.
It was unplayable, and yet somehow we got like 4 exfils, right?
Yep.
I mean,
We still
that
got
was.
through it.
I do have to say, Adam, you are de facto quid pro quo, nothing saying, the leader of our group. Like flat out, when we were done, like me and Mike sit at like a nice like 5 UESC bots, and then Adam is like a literal murderer. Like he's killed like 3 or 4 dozen people, and like basically it's. And Mike, I'm not saying this like, I think we're on the same skill level. We're okay. We're decent. I think we would be able to handle it on our own. But we basically call for daddy whenever we get knocked out.
There's nothing more satisfying than getting a team wipe.
There's nothing more satisfying than that happening like 3 times in a row. Me and Mike both get shot in the face immediately, and then we're on the ground, and then Adam comes in as assassin with a smoke grenade and just ruins people's days. It's so breathtaking.
I'm learning to do it on Thief now too. Dude, that grappling hook with the visor is dangerous because now I can.
So, like
I've learned
when
how
I do
can see
solo
people.
plays now, I'm trying to not. Obviously, I'm not going to use medic. Um, triage.
Triage.
I don't use triage because again he doesn't have great
Yeah.
stats and it kind of doesn't it defeats the purpose of it. When I'm playing with you guys, I'm 100% beholden to being triage, but like I've been trying to play as assassin and I've been trying to play. I've done a few rook runs recently. Normally, if I'm doing solo runs, I'm just going to be thief. You know, like I tried doing assassin. It's fine, like, but I like the thief mechanic and the grappling hook. It's fun. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I have learned some things that we need to play
Like
with
what?
in that game. If we have two thieves, apparently you can grapple onto one of the drones. So if someone's flying the drone and you grapple it, you just fly indefinitely until the drone dies.
Oh shit!
You could put claymores on the drone and fly it
Wait,
into the other
really?
team and take them out that
Oh
way.
my- Isn't that how Strand works?
Yes, I'm dead serious. Yes, Mike, exactly.
No shit. Those suck.
It's got the bones of Strand in it. But I want to put a drone out and we load it up with claymores and then fly it into a group.
I am all about that life. Though to be fair, again, I'm totally on board with just being the guy who like throws out bed drones. Oh yeah, like I always am like
Hits
Merry
people in the
Christmas,
face with them.
motherfucker. Chucks one, bounces off your head. Ugh. Stuff.
All right. I think I asked this when we got done with the server slam. So now that we've had more time with it, I'm going to ask you guys, what is your go-to shell?
I mean,
if you had to pick
triage,
one
like,
that you were stuck with.
I've made my peace with it. Like the game is enjoyable, regardless of the shell that you're in. At least in my perspective. But if I'm playing with you guys, it has to
I
be
agree.
like I just genuinely. One of our runs, you were also a triage, Mike, and I was like, oh. And it was like,
Yeah.
but it like fundamentally it's fine. It's even better because now you have two medrones. Like you have 6 medrones when you would normally have 3. That
Right.
being said, I'm like, but that's my role.
Did you know that you can hack an enemy med drone to make it yours too?
Wait.
If it's just sitting out there in the open and you run up to it and hold X, you can hack it and it becomes yours.
All right. One thing I noticed too, by the way, recently,
Yeah.
the medrones, the skin on the medrone changes. Right. I didn't ever
Based on what
realize
skin
that.
you're
The
using.
other day, one of you guys was wearing a new caloric skin, and the medrone was black and green, and I was like, oh, okay.
It has never
It
shown up
very
like that
rarely
on my
does.
end. It's just been great. Yeah.
Mike, what's your skin? Skin. What? Shell.
Surprisingly, it would have to be Assassin. I thought I would like Destroyer more,
I was expecting that too.
but I like Assassin
Wow, okay.
just because I can go invisible, and I can move a lot faster. I think that's what it was. I think Destroyer reminds me of Titan, and I hate I'll play when we were switching things. I was really only trying to play with the other ones, especially when we were doing that that cheese for the dungeon that was there for God knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what I'm talking about, Adam?
The Ghost of the Deep.
Yes. That is the only reason that boss was the only reason why I played Titan and Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter, I didn't. Hunter, I wanted to love it. I just didn't enjoy it. That's why I stayed
Hunter
Warlock
was
for the
my
most part.
man. Love Hunter.
But yeah, no, I thought it was going to be Destroyer. It definitely wasn't. He's a lot slower, and I don't use his shield enough, to be honest. But Assassin, I remember to use smoke my invisibility often, as soon as I get it. So
Also, if you're falling from a great height and you hold circle for you, you'll
Yeah.
slam into the ground and do a little smoke thing, and it will negate fall damage.
No shit.
That's his third ability, yeah. But you have to be off the ground for longer than a second to use it.
Oh.
Hmm.
I'll have to remember. I'll have to remember that next time, just to try it out.
Adam.
I thought I was going to like Assassin when I first started, but I was like, as soon as the game comes out, I'm going to play Thief. I have a feeling I'm going to like that class, but I was stuck on Assassin forever. Now that I've played Thief, that's my go-to for solos and everything. If I'm playing with you guys, it's usually Thief or whatever's needed, or just change around for fun. But solos, I've been just doing it with Thief.
You know
and
what's a
it's paid
shell
off.
that I think is slept on, and I was using a lot at the beginning, and I probably kind of want to get back into using again is Vandal. I like Vandal. I like the movement capabilities. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
I like the speed and the verticality
I think
of Vandal.
here's a good question: what's your least favorite shell? I've been
Recon.
hearing a lot of that. Like the use, and I saw a thing on it where it was basically like
I don't.
the naming of recon as recon is what's causing the majority of the problems with recon, because I think it's thief. Thief actually, right? Recon
Thief
is
is a better
more
recon
meant
than
for
recon.
once you are in a fight, finding the people that were
They would be better off
right.
calling them
And
tracker.
I think that's the go-to is that it's just a misnamed. The naming convention is incorrect. That being said, again, I've never played Recon, so I don't
Right.
know. But yeah, Mike.
What is your guys' least favorite?
Screw
Triage.
you, man.
Wow, really?
I didn't. Well, no.
How dare you?
I see how you play it and how you're able to pay attention. I kept feeling bad when I'm just like busy grabbing stuff. I'm not paying attention to the timers and seeing when I have it, and I'll have been playing for a while with two med drones.
It happens to me too. And the funny thing is, I'm better at it now. One of the things that I run into is I always tend
Yeah.
to forget to loot the whole part of the whole premise of the game because I'm waiting for the timer to be done. So I can be like, oh,
Right.
the other day, oh my God, you were like pretty far away on the map, Adam, and I just took one and I chucked it and it landed. I was like, yes. For me, I think it would be Destroyer. Yeah, I mean, I'm normally a DPS
Really?
guy, and like I'm very much in that realm when I played COD. You know, get as much damage in as humanly possible. I thought that would be my favorite. I feel more gravitating to that the least. Like that's the one I want to play the least. Not that it's bad. It just I thought it would be more akin to my playstyle. And again, having the being the triage guy, fine. But even in single play, I'm like there's no world unless I get into like another group of people where somebody's like I want to be triage, would I choose a different shell? And if I was going to choose a different shell, I would choose like thief. There seems to be a lot more
Yeah.
use cases for most of the other shells, especially with their different abilities.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Do you guys want to go play Marathon now? Now that we've talked about it?
Yes, please.
All right. Okay. If you want more from us, then come talk to us on the socials. We're on Facebook and Instagram and Threads and Blue Sky. Right? Yeah. And we're on YouTube. And Patreon. That's the one I was trying to think of. I'm like, I know there's another one in there. It's Patreon. Come hit us up on the Patreon. Podcasts are on Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon. Video version of the podcast goes live same time as the audio version, which is Wednesdays at 7:30 in the morning. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your grandparents. Come listen to us. We're funny sometimes.
Anywho,
Anyway.
Gotta get a run.
Not time for bed. It's time to go run.
Later.
Bye bye.